Okay, are you ready, Adib?
Yep.
Okay. Before we begin, I'd like to. Can everyone hear me clearly? I hope my voice is loud and clear. Um, for if you're not responding, then I assume that everyone can hear me clearly. I'd like everyone to switch off their mics to prevent noise distractions from interrupting the speech, your friend's speeches. Okay. Um, Bear in mind that when you're presenting, if you want to refer to notes in front of you, that is allowed. Okay, because we're not doing any slide presentations. There's always a problem whenever students flip the screen. So we're just going to stick with, a video of yourselves as you present your speeches. But if you want to have your slides next to the, because usually what I do is I put Google Meet on one side. Okay, on my laptop screen, what I do is I put the Google Meet on one side, and then on the other side, I'm looking at your slide. So your slide and Google Meet video is side by side, so it's easy for me to keep track of your speech. Okay, so if you want to do that to help you get along with your presentation or your speech, you can do that. If you have flash notes or flashcards, you want to look from time to time, you can also do that. But I advise you not to be reading straight from the slide. Okay, when you do that, yeah, that will affect how I assess you. Right. So bear in mind, everyone, that you're only given 8 minutes maximum for me to for you to for you to perform your speech, give your speech. But if you go beyond 8 minutes, then I will have to stop you right away. Okay. There is a Q&A session after every speech. So I would like all one audience member after every speech to ask a question. So the question must be, it must be something that the presenter has not discussed, but related to the topic of related to the speech topic. Okay, so please be on standby to ask a question to the presenters. You're actually helping your friend when you do that. Okay, all right, ready, Edit? Okay,
Yes.
all right, you may begin.
Yep. Timer. According to Human Population Clock, human population increased by 7 billion in 2020, and the number is still rising. You can check my statement in Human Population Clock's web. The increase of human population has led dramatically to global warming worldwide. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Global Warming Worldwide. My name is Ahmad Adib Aiman, and I had done some research on this topic, why people should be aware of global warming. The average of global temperature has risen at the fastest rate recorded in the last 50 years, and experts see the trend is accelerating unless we curb global warming worldwide. We need to be responsible for global warming. That means you, me, and other humans responsible on this. It is because industrial revolution have come a long way. Humans built aeroplane, faster car, developed remarkable technology, and learned how the natural resources around us can be used for our benefit. Although this has led to many wonderful inventions and advancements, like the device you are using right now, or the ability to take a plane halfway around the world. It also means we have increased our consumption of natural resources, and in turn release a lot of greenhouse gases occurred into the atmosphere. Now, greenhouse gases occur naturally, but in excess can be dangerous to our planet. The composition of greenhouse gases trap heat radiated from the sun. The more heat they trap, the warmer our planet gets. As our planet gets warmer, we begin to feel the effects. In late 2019 until early 2020, Australia faced a devastating start to its fire season, and things swiftly got worse before rains helped contain many of the worst fires in February 2020. Many animals could not be saved as a result of these wildfires. In September 2019, Malaysia has experienced severe air pollution problems due to forest fires occurring in Indonesia. The forest fires causes haze in Malaysia cities. This has led to thousands of schools in Indonesia and Malaysia need to be. What if climate change biggest victim is our oceans? Oceans regularly through Earth temperature and provide 50% of the Earth oxygen. The climate change has increased the global temperature of the ocean by more than 0.3 degrees Fahrenheit since 1969. Although a warmer ocean might seem inviting to a beachgoer, it actually has devastating consequences for supporting life at sea. One of those consequences is ocean acidification, a direct effect of increased dissolved carbon dioxide. Since the late 18th century, ocean surface acidification is increased by 30%. A higher acid content means clarifying species like oyster, clam, and shell water corals are at risk, putting the entire ocean food web at risk. This is bad news for the ocean. This is bad news for the 1 billion people relying on the ocean as its primary source of protein. Climate change as we know it today is change in our Earth's overall temperature with massive and permanent ramifications. Although its consequences can be planet-threatening, scientists still believe there are things we can do on a personal level to help. Begin by start planting trees. This is the fastest way to appreciate the significant part. Following the 3Rs principle, which is reduce, reuse, and recycle things. Do not make large-scale open burning, which are actively or indirectly involved and responsible for the global warming rises. Open burning of garbage is more harmful to your health and the environment than you may think. Walk or use the public transportation to get to work. We also need to turn off our electronics when we are not using them. And last but not least, we also can spread our knowledge and concern about climate change with others. It is simple, really simple. Actually, we already know about climate change. Since high school, we have been taught about this, but not enough to warrant serious action. We see tackling climate change is a positive altruistic thing to do, but we are not prepared alter our to dramatically alter our lifestyle. If you look at to the root of the cause of an action, it's because we have often confused people with an incomplete view of science, and people think there is no relevance to everyday life. The main takeaway is it is real and we are part of the cause. We also can be part of the solution. Be the change and remove the distinct global warming statistic. It does not take guts, but nature is love and compassion to save the world from being destroyed. Thank you.
Right. Okay. Can I have an audience member, a member of the audience ask a question to Ali?
Yes, yes.
Okay, can you introduce yourself first?
My name is Muammar.
Okay, what's your question?
Okay, my question is, does e-cigarette or vaping causes can give effect on the global warming? Yeah, that's the question.
I'm going to say yes because vaping have many chemicals in his liquid, and the chemicals affect the greenhouse gases, but it is more safe compared to cigarettes. The vape is more safer compared to cigarette. Cigarette, there are many more chemicals compared to vape. Am I answering your question, Muammar?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Adib. I felt like I
Any
was
other question?
watching, oops. Yeah, I felt like I was watching the news report. It sounded like a reporter. But I think if I could recommend something, maybe it sound a little less. The facts were there, very interesting information and something. And I hope people are more aware about global warming. But if I could advise something, maybe be less rigid. I felt like it sounded a bit too. You sounded like you were memorizing and you were reading from the script. So yeah, just a little bit more natural, a little bit more relaxed. Okay, and I like the pacing though. Yeah, I was able to keep track of the sentences. You did not speak too fast, which is good. Okay, thank you very much. Let's move on to the next speaker.
Yes.
So my
Hold on, let me just save the evaluation time lagi. Okay, our next presenter is, if I look at the list, it's Alma Mawata.
I'm Mama Waita.
Okay, where are you?
Me, I'm Mama.
Are you the one labeled as Aima Saniti?
Yes.
Okay, let me just switch to the slide. Okay, are you ready?
Okay.
You're going to start now. All right. All right. You may begin.
Why did the Melissa become
Wait,
one?
wait, wait. I'm a pause. Can you push the? It looks like It looks like you're going to sing on Smuley. You know Smuley, the application. You look like you're going to sing a song. Can you push the camera a bit far so that I can see? I can see you better. Yeah, I think your face is too close to the camera. Push your laptop further, or you go back. You go back a bit, or your laptop go back a bit. All right. Make sure that you lower the camera so I can see like your uh, like the portrait. Okay. Can you adjust the angle so that you're in your center?
Is it okay, Miss?
No, it's center. The camera should be center. Yep. Push it further. Push it further. So I can see your body because yeah, I can see your body language. Push it a bit further. Because when you're too close up, I feel like it's just okay. The camera should be center. I think that's not center.
Is it okay, Miss?
I think that's fine. All right, ready? Oops, sorry.
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
Why did the Mona Lisa become one of the most famous paintings of all the time? That question an incredible amount of people has asked themselves in the past, and one possible answer is because of her unique smile. I'm Mama Wada binti Ahmad Sanusi, have done some research with regard this topic. Mona Lisa's smile appeared to flash. Movement and feeling, the matched touchstone of Leonardo's craftsmanship, are so interlaced in no other portrait. According to Newberg 2015, he states that the Mona Lisa smile is the image with the most noteworthy, hopeful, passionate, positioning substance. How do you feel when someone smiles at you? Basically, people will often make assumptions about another person based on how they smile. If they smile easily, these people are viewed as trustworthy and friendly. If a smile is forced or hidden, people often assume that the person has something to hide. It is truly amazing how people react to smile, and a smile can actually affect our mood. Ladies and gentlemen, smiling can change our brain, and your brain keeps track of your smiles. Kind of like smile scorecard. It knows how often you have smiled and which overall emotional state you are in therefore. So I would like to project you to know the importance of smile, the problem that people find difficult to smile, how to practice smile, and what may happen if you choose to smile and what may happen if you choose not to. Now we are going to the next slide. It's about the problems the people find difficult to smile. The problem is there is lack of positive aura in each other among humans. According to Lin, 2016, he said that in a huge number of pointers, a few viewpoints or feelings have been expressed to socially distinctive. Next is social fear. People nowadays are very busy with their work until they are forget to smile. Next is we go to the next slide about how to practice smile. First, you need to select your best smile and you look at the camera which smile is sweet to you. Next, you need to motivate yourself to be a positive person. When you smile, everybody will smile to you and you give a positive aura to others. Next, we are going to the next slide. It's about how can, what will happen if you smile. First, if you smile, you can reduce your stress, you can have a better mood, and you can have a positive life. Next, if you not to smile, people around you will think you that you are not in a good mood, and they are so afraid to bother you. In a conclusion, I want to say let us smile, and I want to leave you with some quote by some quote by William. He said that smile can boost your health, and you need to smile every day. Thank you.
That was quite quick. But what was the annoying sound I was listening to?
I think because of the mouth.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Miss.
Although it was short, although it was short, I feel like your speech is one of the most organized speech as your speech is one of the most organized speeches I've listened to. It was very easy. I like how you use transitional signals to get to transition from one to another. Yeah. So that's I think the good part about your presentation. Now let's move on to the question. Okay, anyone from the audience who can ask question to Aiman?
Hello.
All right, who is this?
Okay. Amalina.
Okay, can you speak louder, Amalina? We cannot hear your voice.
Yes. Hello.
Okay, that's better. Okay, what's your question?
Okay. My question is, how smile actually can reduce your stress, our stress?
Okay. Thank you, Amalina, for the question. Um, Smile can reduce.
Aima.
Yes?
Okay.
Yes?
All right. I thought you disappeared because you suddenly paused. You
Oh,
continue. Okay.
you
Continue.
can. Okay, continue. Okay, stress may be common within the present day world the cause of bunch of well-being issues. Stress help may be a straightforward smiling, small more all through the day. Smiling can discharge endorphin that neutralize lessen the stress hormone. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Aima. We're going to move on to the next presenter. Please give me a moment to just save the evaluation form. Okay, our next presenter is Anis Mahira. Are you here,
Yes,
Anis?
me.
Okay. All right. Let me just give me a moment to search for your slides.
All right.
Okay. Okay. Are you ready?
Yes.
No, let me just set the timer. Okay, you may
Okay.
begin.
Assalamualaikum. My name
Okay,
Anis
wait.
Mahira.
Pause. Anis, first, can you push the laptop? Yes, you're sitting just nice. Can you stay there?
Okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
maybe. Yeah, zoom your face into the camera. Actually, that's yeah. Can you? All right, now that's one. Can you sit a bit further so I can see? Because the thing is, I want to be able to see your body language. So if you just zoom your face, the factor for body language, I will be able to assess body language. So can you back up just a bit so I can see? Just make sure that you can show from your chest up. Okay, from your chest to your head. Yeah, enough. That's good enough. That's one. And then your voice is not very clear. How can you make your voice louder?
Hello.
Yeah, it's not very loud. Are you using a phone or your laptop?
Laptop.
Okay. Is there a way to make the volume louder?
Okay. May
Is
I
this,
start, Miss?
is this the loudest that you can be, Anis? Because your voice is really not that loud. This I would rate it as medium. Medium. Your voice is just medium.
Okay, Jap. I think I should wear earphone. Can you hear me?
Have you plugged it in?
Can you hear me?
No.
No? Oh my God. Wait. Because right now I'm using earphone.
Did you click on the button to speak into the phone? To speak into the piece, the mouthpiece?
Yes.
Try,
Oh.
try again.
Hello.
I don't think that's necessary. I think, never mind. We'll try our best to listen to you. Can you
I
just,
think I should. Okay. Can you hear me, Miss?
I can hear you, but your voice is still just really medium. Okay. So Anis, what I'd like you to do is you have to speak 2 times louder than usual.
Okay.
Okay. So, oops. Okay, ready? I'm going to set the time.
All right.
Right, you may begin.
Assalamualaikum. My name Anis Mahira binti Ramli. Today I would like to talk and tell to you why people should read more books. Nowadays, the habit of reading a book is considered as a cliche. Many said that people who love to read a book are nerd, introvert, and antisocial. If you think so, you are wrong. Reading habits can benefit all groups, whether they are introvert or antisocial. If you read the daily newspaper for getting an information in your country or the international news, it is an example for the good reading habit. Your mind is more open and sensitive for the current issue. When you are interviewed, this is easy for you to answer the question regarding to the current issue. I want to share one story. Forest Research Institute of Malaysia, FRIM, Director General Datuk Dr. Abdul Latif Mahmud has been chosen Malaysia Reading Icon by Dewan Kosmik and Dewan Bahasa and Pustaka for its April 2020 edition in conjunction with National Reading Decade campaign. He has produced over 300 scientific articles, journals, and books for the sharing knowledge. I like to quote his word. He said that read, read, and keep reading. It is such a waste if we do not develop our good reading habit in our daily life because we can gain a lot of knowledge and the benefit from the reading. Ladies and gentlemen, I was so inspired for this story. Although Datuk Dr. Abdul Latif Mahmud has read a lot and produced many books, but there are some people in Malaysia do not read and not interested to read a book. A study from the world a study from the world most literate nation, WMLN, in 2016 analyzed a large scale in literate behavior and literacy in 60 countries and find that Malaysia ranked 53 in the list of 60 countries. From that data, Malaysia are the poor reader, particularly an adult, while children prefer to read a book in preparation for the exam instead of the reading for the entertainment and learning. The lack of positive reading behavior is one that breeds both of the secondary school and university students. Although Malaysia are reported that read more books nowadays, but they do not adopt the habit of the reading. The habit of the reading is a noble practice that should be lifelong culture to enrich oneself in of the knowledge in various fields. Next, the Malaysian Reading Profile Survey that conducted by the Malaysian National Library in 2010 reported that Malaysians over the age of 10 read an average 8 to 12 books a year. 8 to 12 books a year for the age over 10 years old, excluding textbook for the children and books that related to the job scope for the working adult. In fact, the literacy rate for this country is still lagging behind in comparison to the current 31.7 million population of the Malaysia. In order to reach the ideal target for this population, everyone needs to read 30 books a year. I like to take South Korea as an example because this country has the literacy rate 99.9% with the population and read an average 40 books a year. And what can I see? Reading is not Malaysian preferred pastime because they tend to watch television and movie instead of bring the heavy books. The solution that I propose to overcome this problem is quite simple. You need to read books. You need to read more books. But that is a bit. So I will share a few simple ideas that can easily implement. Firstly, one should be engaged in consistent daily readings, at least 20 pages of a book. Over time, one should gradually increase the page count, whether it just read 10 pages every month or more. This should be done until one point where they are reading 200 pages a day. Now it can be done in many ways. One could read from just one book at a time. This would let one get through a single book relatively quickly. However, one could also read a multiple book at one time, reading a few pages every night from each book. Secondly, one could read for a set period of time. This is an effective way for those of us on a strict schedule, especially for the university students. They can read 30 minutes in a time and increase the time into 2 hours. This could be easy to accomplish by reading any materials in between classes. This would give one a break from getting a stress of the day and let one mind relax before going to the next class. All right. I would be the horrible persuader if I only told you what to do, but not why. Ladies and gentlemen, please listen closely when I come to the reason why you should read more books nowadays. All right. Firstly, according to the Becky's Life, reading will allow you to have the better conversation skill. Talk about what you read. I really recommended you to join a book club or partner with your friends or the family members to engage the literary discussion. Discussing a written work is superbly effective way to improve both of your literacy and conversation skill. Secondly, according to the CBEC, it said that you can expand your vocabulary. I would be remiss if I do not focus on the academic benefit of the daily reading. We are all students, and as you advance in your reading, your vocabulary will become greater as well as you are expert in your writing and speaking fluently and properly. The more your vocabulary improves, the better you can express your own thoughts and feelings. Because language is such a wonderful tool, and with so many fantastic words and great expression that can be described to ourselves. In conclusion, there clearly is need for a stronger reading habit among university students and young adults. This can be done by daily reading with a set number of the pages, which will result in increase your vocabulary and your conversation fluency. We need to read more and choose the good book wisely, because they can make them as your companion, like a good friend, because they will give you a counsel and wisdom when you need them both. Thank you. Miss, I cannot hear.
Okay, well done. I think the most attractive feature of your speech was, I think, it felt like you were presenting on stage. Okay, and I like your expressions, your animated expressions. So that was the one of the interesting parts of your speech that makes your speech interesting. Yeah, all right, now we're going to move to Q&A. Can someone from the audience ask a question to Anis?
I have a question.
Okay, who is this? Who is this?
My name is Normaiza Tuliana.
Okay, question.
Okay, the question is, did you implement the suggestions that you give?
Oh, of course, I try to follow my first solution, and now I'm reading 20 pages every night, and currently I only read only one book. But for this semester break, I'm already planning to read several books at once. Okay. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Anis. Okay, well done. We're going to now move on to the next presenter. Okay.
Mrs.
Hold on, just let give me a moment to save the assessment form. So the next presenter is Aziza, I think. Where is Aziza?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Are you
Did you hear me?
I can hear you, but are you using your phone or are you using a laptop?
Laptop.
Aziza, can you like can you put
I'm
the screen
using.
back because I cannot really see your face. There you go, that's better. Okay. Are you ready?
Yes. Wait, I set the timer.
All right. Okay. You may begin. Yeah,
Now,
you may
okay.
begin.
All right. Wait. Now the world is flooded with the sophisticated technologies that are revolutionizing new phenomena in learning. What is the phenomena and does it have a good and beneficial effects? I am Azizah binti Muhammad Zan will share to you about the benefit of online education. Okay, we will move one by one. What is the online education? What is it? Online education system is being transmitted over the internet. Maybe many people can disagree about this trend, but today I want to talk to you about the benefit of the online education. Nowadays, everyone is getting used to the internet and online education, especially in Malaysia, because of the COVID-19 pandemic that hit the world today. The government recommends all the highest education use online learning method as a platform for the learning. However, everything has its own negative and I am interested in persuading you about the benefit of the online education. Online education can help students gain knowledge everywhere and benefit everyone. Alright, now I'm going to clarify the needs for online education so you can take it as an additional information. Firstly, given what happened in Malaysia, improper to stop all the lessons because there are other alternatives to solve this problem. With the fourth industrial revolutions can bring technology into our daily life and can making learning available at everywhere and anytime. More education institutions will push to online learning due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Due to the Orders of Movement Control, which is MCO, government give the statement that all the highest institutions and also for the school educations need to use online education as the platform for their studies. Everything that happened is not an obstacle to us, but it is one of the alternatives to make sure that everyone get the education. I'm sure many of the students will not be able to adapt with the new learning environment all of a sudden and have complained about that. It is same with me because I faced the same situation, but we need to try adapt it because it is important to us as a student right now. Using online education proof that people today are not outdated and grows with the technology. Everyone nowadays are familiar with technology. This proves that online education is one of the evidence for the development of the technology in the country that have grown time to time. As students, most of them are familiar with the technology and most have no problem with the online education except the technical issues such as internet networks. Ladies and gentlemen, many technology and applications were designed to specifically for the learning purpose, such as the Microsoft Office, Google application, and others application. For the Microsoft Office, there are various types of the application that can be used including the online meetings, such as we use the Microsoft Teams. Likewise, Google, there is other apps for the visual meetings such as the Google Meet. Nowadays, youngest generation prefer non-traditional education to begin and progress their careers while continue their education. Online education system can be highly effective alternative educational method for the mature, self-discipline and improve the time management skill. It can keep you current and up to date. This is related to the elder person who continue their study. They can manage their technology and always improve their technology skill for their studies. You can see how many the benefit this online education can bring. And now you try look at yourself as a student and choose online education as platform for knowledge, what can you imagine? Okay, firstly, try yourself to have more responsibility and cannot attend the physical class. Try to imagine. Put yourself in that situation. How would you to continue your study besides attend the school or the classes? And how do you manage your time? This is all about the flexibility. Or imagine about your financial problem. In online education, it's less fee beside the physical classes. It can save the money for the future. You can choose the part-time studies or the full-time studies. If you have a career that you need to focus, you can choose the part-time studies. It is suitable for you to choose online education. It can save your money and it can help you to improve your time management skill. Even though it is have disadvantage, but it has also the benefit. It is still convenient and flexibility. In fact, online education not only for the youngest but also for the eldest nowadays to continue their studies. Let's admit let's admit it that we are complain about the bad of the online education, but it is not the obstacle to study. We must continue it without having the bad thinking. However, we should look at the benefits that are actually beneficial and voluntarily and to all involved with online education. So what the benefit that you can get from this online education? Okay, firstly, the benefit is online education is flexibility. There is no need to attend the class in a different place. Studying at college or university that involve the moving another areas, handing over ton of money, and having to go out no matter how the bad weather is, that is the obstacle to the that is the obstacle. While studying online, you get rid of those disadvantage. When we talk about the online learning, personalization and the flexibility are the keyword that lead us. Second is less expensive. Of course, not online course offers cheapest price, but because of the absence of switching costs and other factors, online studies prove to be more accessible, especially for the younger peoples. Studying materials or the textbook and the other tool are also included with the fee, so you don't have to purchase it separately. Next is opportunity for the all age student. This gives the adults the opportunity to continue their education online due, the, due to their time constraint and responsibility. Some of them also be shy attend regular class with the younger people due to their age factor. Online education is not the flexibility, it is open to all the age group and it can teach everybody to be more to teach everyone, but even more so today, which has provided so many opportunities for learning. Why don't try it? As a young people, you who need more education, don't think about the negativity of the online education. You set your mind to get over the bad thinking. Looks, as you can see, online education give more benefit beside the taking the negativity. The benefit can be beneficial to all students like us. The more you thinking negative, the more you complain about the online education. You can become more educated with the self-learning and more matured in managing your time. Indirectly, you give your more self-discipline. Looks now in Malaysia. We had faced the pandemic of COVID-19 and all the school and education institutions like university, college and others have been closed and not be able to gather in one time. The government itself has enacted laws and allows students to continue their online learning and use digital platform without having to attend a physical class. So who are we to argue? Therefore, we must take the positive side and enjoying the benefits of online learning, or online education. I will end this speech with one quote from Jennifer Fleming that sounds like teaching is the internet age means we must teach tomorrow's skills today. That's all from me. Thank you.
Okay. Aziza, I felt like you were just reading from the slides because it was very monotonous, very robotic. My advice for you is that um, uh, for this is not just for you, but for all students. I can tell if you are reading directly from the script or from a script or reading directly from the slides. Obviously, when I look at your slides, they're just, there's just bits of information. Okay. But if you're reading, I can tell, and yes, that will affect your marks, meaning there's a reduction of marks, yeah? So please don't be reading from the slides. Okay, that's my advice for you and for everyone else. Okay, the information was there, but when it comes to if you're reading, I can immediately tell, and because your voice will be robotic and very monotonous. I think any experienced examiner will be able to tell. So that's just my advice for you. Now we're going to move on to a Q&A session. Who will ask the question?
I want to ask question to presenter.
Okay, who is this?
Mariam.
Who?
Mariam.
Maria. Okay, what is your question?
Okay. What if the student had financial trouble to buy an internet network for online education?
Okay. In my opinion, there is many financial assistance that have provided from the government, so they can apply it. And many of the source of the telco companies that give the helps for the financial for the buying the data internet for their further their online education. That's all from me. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Aziza, Aziza, I just have one question. We do have to ask this question. Were you reading Were you reading directly from the script?
No, because I'm so nervous, so I just look at the slide.
Okay. All right. I'll take your word for it. But I felt like so you weren't actually, so you're just looking at the slides, is it?
Yes, I just looking at my slide.
Okay. Yeah, I felt like it was okay, but I think you could improve your speech if you're presenting. Yeah, don't sound so robotic. Be a little bit more. Be a little less rigid. Rigid means don't be so uptight. Okay, be a little bit relaxed. A little bit flexible when you're presenting. The information was all good. Was all there. But yeah, in terms of presentation, you still need more practice, yeah? Right, thank you very much, Aziza. Let's move on to the next speaker. Our next speaker is Mariam.
Yes.
Let us get your slides. All right, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, all right, you may begin.
Okay, Assalamualaikum and very good morning to Ms. Masura and my fellow friends. Today, I would like to give a persuasive speech which is about the importance of blood donation. So before I go further, I want all of you to question yourself. Are you at least 18 years old? Or do you weigh more than 45 kilograms? Or do you even consider yourself to be healthy? If you answer yes to all these questions, it means you should be able in donating blood as frequently in 3 months. And according to Ministry of Health Malaysia in 2012, if a person weighed more than 50 kilograms, a maximum of 250 milliliters of a whole blood can be collected. while for those who are weighed between 45 to 55 kilograms, a whole blood that can be collected is around 350 milliliters. After I read into some research, I found that there is a lack of participation in donating blood, and it is a serious problem that requires immediate action. And according to a study by Shamsuddin and Essel in 2018, many of people who are in need of blood donation face shortage of blood supplies, which led to die or suffer in many developing countries. So I have come to realize the importance of blood donation, and I will tell you how how easy the solution that can be. Well, first I'll begin by telling you the importance of blood donation. Blood donation enables you to have many health benefits, and therefore many people need of blood cells in order to uh, many people need blood cells to organ transplant or chemotherapy. As we know, patients who are undergoing chemotherapy need platelets, and donating platelets is absolutely necessary for as there is no treatment other than donation. So when people donate their platelet, they will have those in need and will give them an opportunity to live as many people do. If you donate, you may assist someone to live longer, and it is very helpful and useful for society. Okay, so apart from that, many medical centers cannot do surgical operation of patients without blood. During operation, patients may lose a lot of their blood and they could suffer from anemia. And some hospitals even do not have enough blood supply for their patients. So many medical centers are encouraging people to donate their blood in order to increase the amount of blood in blood bank. And before you donate your blood, you must have health examination. This medical examination will protect both donor and the receivers from any implication as a result of donating. In addition, doctors will provide donor the knowledge of their health if they have a prior disease. So, people can know their health condition as they donate and urge them to seek treatment as soon as possible. So, in addition to the easy and painless process, blood donation enables you to have many benefits. Many benefits. So let's take a look at the blood donation. So let's take a look at the benefits of blood donation. So blood donation. So blood donation can save others' life, which is every unit of blood you donate may save up to 3 lives. You see, the blood you donate is divided up into 3, which is red blood cells, white blood cells, and platelet. Red blood cells is used to fight anemia. White blood cells are used to fight infections, while platelets are important to control bleeding and used for patients with leukemia or other forms of cancer. And you should note that uh, the longer you donate your blood, and the more iron will be stored in your body, and the higher the risk of getting cancer. So by having blood donation, not it will only minimize the risk of getting cancer, but it also of getting cancer, but it also will minimize the heart attacks. So this has been confirmed by a study from Arwali in 2015 that 88% group of people do not suffer from heart attacks after making blood donation repeatedly. So I want to encourage you to take action, and I urge you to join blood donation campaign and become a regular blood donor. And if you have never donated blood before, you must pull deep inside yourself and find some courage in order to become someone who can give back to the society. And for those who have donated before, uh, think back to the moment of pride when you donate your blood to the others, and encourage others, like family and your friends, to do the same. Because a little contribution you make today can save many lives and will lead you to a healthy life. That's all from me. Thank you.
All right. Are you feeling well, Mariam?
Yes.
Are you feeling okay today?
Um,
You seem like a bit you seem like you lack energy. It seems like you need the blood supply that you were talking about.
uh,
Talking about blood donation, right? I feel like, oh, this girl also needs some blood donation because you seem like lethargic. Lethargic means tired. Okay. All right. Let's have the next an audience, a member of the audience ask a question. Who has a question for Maria?
I have a question.
Hmm.
Aziza,
All right. What's your question?
how long does a blood donation take?
okay, so the time for blood donation maybe takes up for 1 hour or more, and based on my experience, it may take longer than 1 hour and 30 minutes because it may depends for health donor and the people that attend at the health donation event. Okay, that's all.
All right. Thank you very much, Mariam. And all right, we're going to now move on to the next presenter.
Say.
Our next presenter is Muammar, is it?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Just a sec. Okay. I can see you and I can hear you. Just
Bismillah. Tajud.
ready?
Yes.
Right. Let me just set the timer. Right, you may begin.
Bismillah. In March of 2020, Malaysia recorded an increase of 17.1% in unemployment rate. This is due to the MCO. This shows the MCO is affecting our economy, hence affecting us. The increase in unemployment rate causes problems in households. Therefore, the organization, the Women Aid Organization stated that they received 234 calls and messages from women in distress during the third week of MCO. People are losing their jobs and money. Therefore, it's affect their psychology. According to Robert Rowley said that they say money can't buy happiness, but it sure can solve a lot of problems. My name is Muammar. Today I would like to talk about money and happiness. So the big question, can money actually buy happiness? Many studies suggested that we can actually buy happiness if you know how to spend it right. My speech today will be based on a book written by Michael Norton entitled Happy Money, The Science of Smarter Spending. In this book, Norton suggested about money is a tool that you can use to search for happiness. Okay, why is money important? Because lacking of money will cause you to have financial anxiety. Financial anxiety is the feeling of worry, unease, or fear about your financial situation. It can be caused by the lack of money. According to John Renton said that the theory that money demonstratively raises your a level of happiness after you reach a certain salary, that you will feel you are financially comfortable. Because if you are not financially comfortable, then you will have problems. This will affect you in terms that you cannot buy food, you cannot pay your debt. Next is the difficulty to do deeds. Lack of money means you cannot contribute to the society and help others. according the former Prime Minister of United Kingdom, Winston Churchill said that we make a living by what we get, but we make a life by what we give. This shows how it is important to give to others, because there is a study by the Harvard Business School that says when we give to others, when we spend money on other people, we'll be more happier than spending it on ourselves. How can we use money to achieve happiness? Firstly is buy things that are need, not desire. Okay, when we buy things that are actually basic necessities, it will bring us fulfillment. When we pay for basic necessities, we will be happy, because it is the things that we need. And as we know from the Maslow hierarchy of need, shows how important it is to meet the most basic needs first before meeting other needs. For example, when a father can pay rent for his family, he will feel fulfillment and happy, because he can fulfill the responsibility as a father to provide to his family. Next is not use money wisely and not lavishly. Norton in the book mentioned earlier said that said that in terms of money and happiness, it's not about how much money you own, but it's how much you spend and manage it. So instead of buying everything and anything, try buy things that you love, because the things that you love will contribute to your happiness. So next time, don't buy an iPhone because everyone is using an iPhone, but buy an iPhone because you love the brand, you love the product, and you want to use it, because that will give you a long-term feeling of happiness. So what can we achieve by smarter spending is happiness. It is the idea that human desire to buy stuff that will improve their life and make them happy. Norton suggested in his book to not buy Starbucks every day or every week, but try get it once a month. You will feel more powerful, you will enjoy it more, and it will make you happier because you will appreciate it more. Other than that, it can increase your self-esteem. As I mentioned earlier, if a father, self-esteem is one's confidence or self-respect. So if a father can provide, if someone can provide, can fulfill his responsibility to others, like you contribute to the society, you contribute to your family, you contribute to yourself, it can give you a sense of responsibility and give the sense of worthiness, therefore increase the individual's self-esteem. As I stated before, money is a tool for you to search for happiness. I would encourage all to step back, rationalize our spending, learn financial literacy, so that we can spend money on things that we love and people that we love, so that we can live a happier life. Thank you.
Okay. I think what was interesting about your speech was how you provided examples. I feel like the examples are realistic, or the solutions are realistic, and I like how you referenced to a certain book, okay, and just as supporting evidence for, and it's not just based on your say so that was good. Okay. Now let's move on to Q&A. Who's going to ask the question? Anyone from the audience?
Hi,
Okay,
I want to ask question. My name is Ahmad Adib Aiman.
Okay. And your question is?
The question is, what are some examples in Maslow hierarchy of needs that human need to fulfill first?
Okay, can I answer? Okay, in Maslow hierarchy of needs, the most basic needs, the bottom one in the pyramid is the physiological needs, which include food, water, shelter, and clothes. So that is the things that we need to meet first. Am I answering your question? Yep.
Okay, all right.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mama. Okay, and you finished just in time. Let's move on to now the next presenter. And I assume the next presenter is Fikri. Okay.
Hello, Miss. Can you hear me?
Yeah, but give me 1 minute to fill in the assessment form. Okay, are you ready?
Yes.
Right, I'm going to set the time. Okay, you may begin.
Every year, thousands of college and university freshmen are experiencing new life as a student. My name is Muhammad Fikri Ibrahim and Assalamualaikum. Today I will tell to you about the topic of why students should not leave off the campus. Each year, you must be wondering whether you should live on or off campus, and this can be very difficult for many, especially for those who would choose to go to college or university close to their hometown. If you choose to live off campus, you should consider to try to live on campus even once, since I believe it will benefit you in many ways. After doing some research and reading several articles, I have realized that living on campus giving students an experience a complete and wholesome university life than choosing to stay outside of the campus. So now we go to what is the advantages or problems when you stay outside of the campus. Although students can live outside from the campus, there are several problems that burden themselves, such as, first, limited community facilities and services. There is no place to park their vehicle if all members in the house have their own car or motorcycle, which will make the space packed. This will lead them to park at irrelevant area and cause them to be fined by the police and broken windows stuff due to the theft. Second, having a hard time to participate in college activities. The level of participation for the off-campus student is lower compared to the on-campus student, and this makes them lack in many ways of involvement, such as being member of the student government and interacting with staff outside of the classroom. Third, poor student living condition. There are two terms, in terms of comfort and in terms of convenience. In terms of comfort, students that stay off campus, such as renting houses around their college or university, have to buy many things to satisfy their needs as a student. As an example, they need to buy equipment for the kitchen, for the washing machine, and the refrigerator. And in terms of convenience, students that stay off campus have several friends that often have facing problem that several some of their friends bring their other friends that not stay in that house to hang out together in that house, and now this bring to discomfort to the student when he want to study. So what's the solution? The first one is building a supportive living and learning environment in order to ensure your life as a college or university student to run smoothly. So what's the ways? Teach them how to manage themselves in a proper way to keep the house clean and tidy. You can make a guideline on how to use the washing machine to avoid any damage either to your clothes or to the machine itself. Because sometimes your housemate may be a freshman and they didn't know how to manage their dirty clothes. At your house, maybe they ask their mom, "Mommy, my clothes is dirty. Can you wash them, please?" No, no, no. Maybe you can do that at your home, but don't expect your friend will treat you the same way. Second, participate in programs and events created by university or college. When you participate in the college, the college will see that you are very highly or contribute to your college. Then the event that they held is very uh, productive for you and healthy for you to be done as a student, because as a student you need to stay sharp in achieving success in your academic. Third, establishment of responsible unit in managing non-resident student. As example, UiTM established UPNR, which means non-resident management unit, which carry out or provide assistance to the student that living off-campus student, either to their financial problem or their own personal problem. Besides, UiTM Shah Alam has built Prisma Siswa Complex, which I assume you already know. UiTM Shah Alam, where the Ben Islam is located, that is where is complex Prisma Siswa situated. It have large screen television, lockers, information board, indoor game, and others. So this can be used by the off-campus student. So, however, there is benefit if you choose to become on-campus student. The first one, it will expand your life, your social life, and widen your knowledge. College and project activities hold promise in helping students developing their academic, self-assessment skill, and self-discipline. Second, keep you away from feeling stressed, which can affect your performance as a student. Sometimes off student forgets about they have to pay for the bills, internet access, and other activities that cost them when they rent a house or apartment. However, on-campus student doesn't need to think about it because it already managed by the campus staff. So, as a conclusion, choosing a place, whether staying on campus or off campus, can be one of the important decisions that you ever make when studying in college or university. And it also can be the main factor to your succession when you graduate from the university. So, I certainly encourage you to be one of the campus residents. It can be very beneficial to you, especially during your first few years in the college. I'm going to share a quote from Tom Hanks, where he said, "When I was a student, a college student, and I was living in a hostel, I was exposed to the world where I didn't know it was possible, and that place made me what I am today." So that's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, your speech was very realistic. I think a lot of the members of the audience, for those who live outside of campus, they can relate to what you're saying. I would agree, except for the part where you have to buy your own furniture. Do you have to buy your own furniture? Do you live in a college or a hostel?
In hostel.
You still live in the hostel.
Yes.
So I'm not sure if you're renting outside, I don't think you need to buy those because you'll be renting some, the landlord would be responsible for that. That's the only
Yes.
part I would disagree with. But very informative. Okay. Okay. Can I have a member of the audience ask a question to Fikri? Anyone?
Okay, my name is Zulafnan,
Eh?
and I would like to ask a question: how to allow students to live on a campus if the hostel are not widely available or not having enough room?
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Afnan, for the question. Actually, it depends on the student itself, where off-campus student often seem not very active in programs or activities made by the campus. If they show their contribution I believe the college or the campus will reward them by accommodate them with new buildings or help them in make agreement with the landlord and give discount to them. This can be seen as example in the Sunway University where the where the university make an agreement with the landlord and give discount to the off-campus student, and the fee that they have to pay is not much different, and it can be, and they also are being monitored oftenly by the university staff. So there is no much big difference.
So that means students would have to pay to stay in the hostel, pay extra.
That means they have to be active to try to stay in the campus.
Yeah, I think that's the answer. Do you think UITM has enough hostels for all students if all students are active?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, yeah, that's also another issue. All right, okay, thank you, Fikri. We're going to move on to the next presenter. Nur Amanina, is she here?
Yes, Miss. Me. Hello, test.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Do you mind not using the earphone mic? Can you, yeah, how about try this without the earphone mic?
Hello, test.
I think this is clearer.
This okay.
This is louder. Okay. Right. You ready? Wait, let me just fill your name in your assessment form. Nur Amanina, is it?
Yes.
Okay, so are you ready?
I'm set timer first. Okay.
All right, you may begin.
How many of you believe that health is the most important thing in life? And how many of you realize that we actually should put health as the first priority? A quote from Lao Tzu, who was an ancient Chinese philosopher and writer, said, "Health is the greatest possession. Without health, everything and every dream that we have will become nothing." Well, being healthy begins from maintaining a healthy lifestyle, starting from a very basic one, which is nutrients from food that we consume. The lack of healthy meal selection, such as junk food, has become a problem to our health. So, what is junk food? According to Michael Jacobson, who is director of Center of Science in Public Interest in 1972, state that junk food refers to fast food which are simple to make and easy to eat. There are low of nutrient content and have lying fat in it. So I, Nur Amanina, have done some research about junk food. So let me give several information to all of you about what happened to why we should eat less junk food. First, junk food contain. What's contained in the junk food? First, junk food contain high of fat. Such junk food such as fried chicken, pizza, and hamburger contains a lot of saturated fats that makes our body being weak. So, second is high salt. Junk food such as chips and French fries contains a lot of saturated fat. Contains a lot of salt. Salt or sodium is added to fast food for flavor and as a part of preservative and additive. Salt is tasty but invisible. You do not know how exactly salt in your food if you do not prepare it yourself. That is, junk food contain high of sugar. Candy, chocolate, and ice cream contain a lot of sugar. That is what makes them taste delicious and too good. So move to the next point. I want to tell you the effects of junk food to your health. First, obesity. When you eat The obesity is defined as too much body fat or excessive fat. The most common cause of obesity is the consumption of unhealthy food and the failure to do sufficient exercise. It is important to remember that food that food and drinks that contain high of sugar and fat leads to high of calories, which it can increase the risk of obesity. Being obese puts you in danger of certain illness such as diabetes, heart disease, and high blood pressure. So next is diabetes. Diabetes is disease that happen when your blood glucose, or also called as blood sugar, is too high. The excess blood sugar can wreak havoc on blood vessels all over your body and cause complications. It can severely damage the eyes, kidney, nerve, and other body parts. So, last is heart disease. As I mentioned earlier, consumption of junk food can contribute to weight gain, high blood pressure, and high cholesterol. These factors are known to increase risk for heart disease. In addition, salt or sodium is an important cause of high blood pressure, which is major risk factor for heart disease. So, move to the next slide is I want to share to you all is the strategies that you can try to avoid junk food. And most of them are super simple to follow. Here are some tips on how to reduce junk food intake. First, eliminating the temptation of junk food by keeping healthy food nearby and having meal right on time. Avoiding extremely hungry can distance you from craving to eat junk food. Avoid high-fat foods and instead focus on choosing a variety of vegetable, fruits, and whole grains because vegetable and fruits contains a lot of nutrients that can contribute to your health. Second is do not buy unhealthy food. I know some of you always buy junk food because you want to have them for cheat day. But when you do not when something not have to tempt you in the first place, you will avoid it. Okay, for example, if you craving to eat chocolate bar, you will fulfill your craving if if chocolate bar have in your cupboard. But if it does not have in the cupboard, the extra effort of having to get it may stop you from eat it. That is, developing awareness for fitness will certainly separate junk food and good diet. Getting into exercise routine can provide multiple benefits on health because burning more calories to reducing your risk of certain medical conditions. Food and exercise play a vital role in developing holistic approach to leading a healthy life. So, my last point that what I want to share to all of you is what happens to your body when you stop eat junk food or eat less junk food. First, your first weight loss. The avoidance of eating junk food will drastically reduce the total number of calories that you eat in a day, which it leads to weight loss. Second is improve your muscle tone. Eating a clean diet that rich with protein and carbohydrate can help in building your muscle. Third is better mood. If the body do not get required nutrient, it lead to imbalanced hormone. So providing your body with adequate and sufficient nutrient for proper functioning make you feel happier as a result. So, in conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, consumption of junk food can invite a lot of harmful effects to your body. People should take care of their eating habit by increasing their awareness about the health problems associated with junk food. The habit of junk food can be avoided by eliminating the temptation for junk food and developing awareness for fitness will certainly separate junk food and good diets. That's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, your speech actually makes me hungry. Suddenly I'm thinking about food. All right. Can I have an audience member ask a question? Okay, to Amanina.
Hello.
Okay, who is this?
Hello, my name is Zahira.
All right. What's the question?
Okay. I have a question. Um, is it true that diabetes is a genetic disease?
Okay. Many people say that diabetes is a genetic disease, but it's not always true because if your family do not have diabetes, you still may get that disease. It depends on your lifestyle.
All right. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Okay. Right. All right. Now let's move on to the next presenter. Our next presenter is Nurmaizatul Liana. Are you present, Maizatul?
Yes, I am.
All right. Okay. Okay, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Wait, Maizatul, your voice is not very loud. It's not very, sounds faded. Is there a way that you can make, is there a way that you can, that I can hear you better?
Okay, I'm trying to loud my voice.
Okay, you're using your laptop, is it?
Yes.
Okay, you need to speak twice as loud as, and 2 times louder than you are used to, okay? For
Okay.
this, throughout this presentation. Right, I'm going to set the timer. You ready?
Yes, I am.
Okay, you may begin.
Okay. Eating a diet that includes plenty of fruits and vegetables of all kinds has long been associated with a reduced risk of many health problems related to lifestyle. Avocados are one of the most rich, satisfying, and delicious fruits on the planet. I have recently become interested and I have recently become interested in random types of fruits, especially avocado, and reading several articles on the subject. I have learned more about the benefits of consuming avocado to our healthy, and by consuming it, it can help us to get a healthy lifestyle. This is because the greatest wealth is health. Let's look more closely at the benefits of consuming avocado. Ladies and gentlemen, consuming avocado actually provides many benefits to all people. Before that, did you know that avocado is a good fat? Eating good fat can help to empty off your stomach, make you feel full in a long time, and also can prevent the return of hunger. In 2019, studies by Britt Burton Freeman, who is an associate professor of food science and nutrition at the Illinois Institute of Technology in Chicago, shows the volunteer feelings of satisfaction and appetite was rated after dining on meals with or without avocado. The addition either a whole or half an avocado on their meals make them feel less hungry and reduce their needs to eat up to 5 hours. Secondly, avocados could maintain your blood pressure. How it could be happen? This is because avocado is a good source of potassium and low in sodium. So, by having a stable blood pressure, the risk of heart attack and stroke can be prevented. Thirdly, your body will absorb more antioxidants from other healthy foods when you're having avocado at mealtime. In one Ohio State study, by eating salads and salsa topped with 2.5 tablespoons of avocado, that men and women will absorb over 8 times more alpha carotene and 30 times more beta carotene phytonutrients. Okay, to make it simple, by having this kind of meal, cancer and heart disease can be prevented. Next, you can pair avocado with tomato sauce and carrots, which is the best combination that absorb the veggies vitamin A. So to get healthy food, so to get healthy skin, good vision, and immunity, you should absorb more vitamin A. Remember, the greatest wealth is health. I'm sure that you can see the benefit of consuming avocado, but you might asking on how to get the benefits. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let me suggest to you a few menus that you can make from avocado. First, you can consume avocado as your salad. You can make avocado chicken salad. You just have to prepare a bowl of chicken, avocado oil, 1 Roman lettuce, 1 large avocado, a spoon of lemon juice, olive oil, salt and pepper. Other than that, you also can make avocado egg salad. You just have to prepare avocado, asparagus, avocado oil, 3 eggs, salt, and also pepper. If you don't want to consume your avocado as your salad, you can toast it or make as a drink. First, you can make avocado toast. You have to prepare a big avocado, a spoon of lime juice, chili flakes if you want to make it spicy, 2 slices of bread, salt and pepper. Other than that, you also can make avocado smoothie, which is a very simple menu yet healthy. To make it, you just have to mix all the ingredients together until they get smooth. To make it, if you want extra sweetness, you can add sugar on the smoothie. If you make this way as part of your lifestyle, it will help to protect your health. Okay, dear audience, by consuming avocado, you can get a better health and lifestyle. Avocado consumers were found to be much healthier than people who did not eat this fruit. They had a much higher nutrient intake and were half as likely to have metabolic syndrome, a cluster of symptoms that a major risk factor for heart disease and diabetes. For your information, avocado is low in carbohydrates and high in fiber, which can lead to weight loss. In conclusion, avocado provides many benefits to us and we can consume it in our lifestyle. So, get in the habit of consuming avocado besides other fruits and vegetables. And do not forget to encourage your friends and family to get on to do the same. We can practice a new healthy lifestyle in order to make our day become energetic and healthier. Because of why? Because the greatest wealth is health. Thank you. Okay, Miss.
Okay. I think the pictures for the slides are very interesting, very colorful. Okay. And the different recipes that you display on the slides. Right. I think I would like to try some of the recipes. Can I have a member from the audience ask a question?
I would like to ask the question.
Who is this?
My name is Nadiha.
All right, what's your question?
Okay. Through your speech, you have mentioned a few menus with avocado. So my question is, have you ever tried or consumed any menus that you have mentioned? That's all.
Okay, thank you for the question. I have tried one menu which is avocado smoothie, which I really recommend to all of you to try this menu because it is very simple, delicious, and very refreshing. And if you want to get a cold drink, you can add ice cube in your smoothie. So you can get avocado blended like that. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, that's an interesting topic. Now we're going to move on to the next presenter. Yeah, our next presenter is Nurul Ilyani.
Yes. Can you hear me? Can you hear me clearly?
I think it would be better if you don't use the earphone microphone. I think it would be better if you just, yeah, plug that one out. Just use your, just speak into the laptop. Okay, try saying something.
All right.
Yeah, much better, I think. Right, ready?
Yes. Do you ever face a situation where you suddenly feel dizzy after doing some works, even you wake up freshly? And do you ever have constipation? If your answer is yes, even if you don't experience it very often, you should consider your daily intake of water. This happens due to lack of water in our body, and it may be the sign of dehydration. Dehydration occurs can give impacts to your body health, affect the performance of your body life, and make your skin unhealthy. Ladies and gentlemen, for your information, 70% of the human brain is the water, and 80% of all illness in the developing world is related with water. And each day, we lost a little more than a cup with 237 milliliters when we exhale it. People able to survive a few weeks without food but without water, we only able to last for a few days. Therefore, it is proven here that water is very crucial to our life. So today, I, Nuri Iliani, would like to present all of you to be alert the effects to our body if we did not consume enough water, the solution to encourage people to drink water, and the ways to keep our body hydrated. I will go to the next slide. Ladies and gentlemen, water is really important to ensure a regular and sufficient intake of water because a low amount of fluid in the body will adversely affect our performance, such as getting sick, impacting our everyday productivity, and making our skin unhealthy. So, dehydration can cause disease such as skin stone, diabetes, and urinary tract infection. Kidney is crucial for managing the balance of water and blood pressure to eliminate toxins from our body. One way, if you want to know whether our kidney is healthy or not, we can check it through the urination. The color of urine is an important indicator to check the water level content in our body. If the color of urine is light or clear color, that means our body is well hydrated. But if the color is dark or amber color, it shows that our body are lack of water. Next, it will give a negative effects to your body performance. It will affect your mood, heart, memories, and blood circulation in a negative way. It also sometimes triggers along with migraine. This is due to the decrease the flow of oxygen and blood to the brain. Please remember that when you're suffering some of the symptoms or headaches, please drink a glass of water instead of reaching for a pill. If these symptoms are due to the dehydration, it will go away soon. And last effects that I would like to tell all of you is about our skin health. Ladies and gentlemen, our skin is our body's largest organ, so it needs to stay hydrated.
In fact, dry skin is one of the earliest signs of full-on dehydration. So, if you want to stay breakouts or get a glowing skin, your first recourse is to drink more water. So, I hope that all of you are clear about the effects where you not consume enough water in your daily life. In the next slide, I want to share with all of you how to ensure that our body get enough water with the right amount intake. Ladies and gentlemen, water intake for our body depends on our weight. So, it's better for you to get a consultation first or carry out a health check to ensure that the water is adequate and seek advice from a doctor on the need for a proper water intake. Or you also can get a coach to help you identify goals or activities that you carry out daily. This will help you make an estimate of how many liters of water your body needs to constantly hydrate. Next, eat foods that contain water as well as so that your body can absorb it, such as watermelon. Watermelon is very healthy and one of the most hydrating food with 92% water content. Due to the higher water content, the melons has a very low calorie count, which also can help you to lose weight. You can add melons to your diet by eating it as a healthy snack or side dish. For those who does not like to drink plain water or want to try something new, you can also add lemon in the water. Adding lemons improves the flavor of water, which can make you drink more. Ladies and gentlemen, according to the United States Department of Agriculture, one lemon juice contains approximately 18.6 milligrams of vitamin C. In addition, some people drink lemon water as a daily morning laxative to help prevent constipation, and drinking warm or hot lemon water when you wake up will also help you push your digestive system. Next, what action can you do to make sure that your body get hydrated? I have a suggestion to share with you guys, and I think that all of you can make it. First action you can do is buy a bottle that meets the amount of fluids that your body needs. You can carry it around and drink the water without waiting for thirst, because it is a sign that your body is deprived of water. You also do not have to refill water always. This way can help you achieve the right amount of fluids that your body needs. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm very sure that all of you have smartphone or smartwatch. So all of you can use it to help you get enough water by using reminders. These reminders will help you increase your water intake, particularly if you struggle with being forgetful or too busy to drink. So last, as all of you can see, drinking water is very important for our body. With the right amount of water intake, it surely helps you to stay healthy, to increase performance for your daily life, prevent you from getting sickness, and make your skin stay healthy. So before I end my speech here, I want all of you to alert about the dangers if you do not drink, how to drink the water with the right intake, and action you can do to make sure your body stay hydrated. Water, we can get it everywhere, but a healthy body, it cannot be bought, nor can it be replaced at all. No one loves us more than ourselves. Take responsibility for ourselves, act before it's too late. That's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, I think we all learned something new about drinking water, except that I wish you could organize your speech better, because I noticed that you were mixing your satisfaction and your visualization. I think if you could just, because you were giving tips on how to maintain drinking water throughout the day, and you mentioned it when you were explaining about visualization. I wish you could just when you organize it, because if you're going to talk about solutions or ways, it should be under satisfaction, and then once you have explained the ways, then you can move on to visualization. I think your ideas were a bit mixed up. So I think my advice to future presenters would be make sure that your steps are organized, okay, so that there's a flow of ideas from one step to another. Yeah. All right. Okay. Can I have someone ask a question to Indiani?
I have a question.
Okay, who's this?
I am Sophia Maria.
All right. Your question is?
So does eating ice is considered as drinking water?
Can you repeat your question because I can.
Does eating ice considered as drinking water?
The answer is no, because eating ice can lower your body temperature and can make you lose water in your body.
Okay, thank you.
Right. Okay. Well done. Let's move on to the next presenter. Our next presenter is Zahira. Are you here, Zahira? Zahira Nasi, okay. Right. Okay, are you ready? Let me just fill in your form. Give me just a minute to fill in your form.
Yes,
all right.
I'm here.
Okay, are you ready? Oh, Zahira, I would advise you not to use the earphone. I think you would be better off without the microphone, the earphone mic. Just use your laptop. Are you using your laptop or your phone? 2%.
Okay.
Are you using your laptop or your phone? Zahira seems frozen. Okay. Don't use the earphone mic. Just if you're using your laptop to present your speech, I advise you to just speak into the laptop without the earphone mic. Okay, are you ready, Zahira? Zahira, I cannot hear you at all. Your voice has disappeared. Yeah, I can't hear your voice. I think. Can you turn on your mic? Can you turn on your mic, please? Okay. Can you say something?
Miss, can you hear me?
Can hear you, but I think your connection is not very strong because your video is lagging. Do you think, are you using Wi-Fi or are you using mobile data, Zahira?
Yes, I'm using
Hello, Zahira.
Wi-Fi.
You're using Wi-Fi, but it seems like the connection is not very strong because your video is lagging. It means sometimes, your screen gets frozen and it seems like you're not moving at times. You want to try using your phone instead of your laptop? Maybe you can just turn off your laptop and shift to using your phone. Yeah, why don't you switch to your phone, okay, instead of using your laptop? Can you access Google Meet using your phone?
Yes,
Okay.
I can.
Zahira, can you present last while you do that? Okay, while you adjust your connection, I'd like to call on the next presenter. Okay, so you'll
Yes.
be presenting one. So I'll call on
Yes, Miss.
Sophia. Okay.
Yes, I am.
Okay, so let me just find your slide, Sophia. Wait. Okay, ready? Sophia?
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can see you and I can hear you very clearly. All right, I'm gonna set the time now. All right, you may begin.
Okay. If you, sorry, do you ever feel insecure with yourself because of someone on social media? Like when you see your friends doing something productive, volunteering this and that, making money, but then you just stay at home watching Netflix and chill. Or maybe when you see someone beautiful on your timeline and you start questioning yourself, like, why am I so ugly? Why am I look fat? So studies have found that a person who spend more time on Facebook have lower self-esteem than those who spend less time. So how long do you spend on your social media in a day? If it's more than 2 hours, well, you need to take a break. So today's speech is about what does social media do to our mental health? After doing extensive research on this topic, it made me realize that social media in fact pose risk to our mental health. So I am Sophia Maria, and today I would like to persuade each of you to control your social media usage uh, because social media usage pose risk to our mental health. So we have to change the way we use them. So the content that I'm going to tell you today is the impact of social media on our mental health and how to overcome it and what are the benefits if you spend your time on your social media in a manner. So let's move on to the first point. Well, social media can lead to anxiety. Ladies and gentlemen, you know that a constant connectivity to the internet appeared to create a new medical term, which is phantom vibration syndrome. So phantom vibration syndrome is actually when you think your mobile phone is ringing or vibrating, but then it is actually not. Apparently, some of us are so concerned about missing call or text that we have become extra aware of the sensation. Study have shows that 45% of British adults that feel uncomfortable and worried when they cannot access their email or social networks. And according to Strickland, which is a researcher that exploring the effect of social media on the mental health of young adults, said that younger generation feel more anxious than the older generation when they are unable to access their social networks. It may seem harmless to us, but actually does affect our mental health. So social media also can heighten our anxiety by increasing users' ability to keep up to date to the activities of their social circles. For instance, like when you see your friends hang out together, having fun without you, and you're like, I wonder what they are doing. Why am I not invited? Are they don't like me? So this you might experience FOMO or fear of missing out. Well, according to Cambridge English Dictionary, fear of missing out is actually a worried feeling that you may miss exciting event that the other people are going to, or in possession of something better than you, especially cause what you see on your social media. So some people rarely have this feeling, but if you are a person that unhappy with your present circumstance, you may prone to have this feeling. Okay, moving on to the second point, which is social media lead us to depression. So a study from Psychology of Popular Media Culture said that more than 700 students found that social media interaction lead to low mood and feeling of worthlessness and hopelessness. And why is that? Well, ladies and gentlemen, social media is actually our personal highlight reels. So highlight reels is where you post when you look great, when you're having fun with your family or friends, but at the same time you are struggling with the insecurity because you compare ourselves to others. So I've already experienced this before, during this MCO when I see most of my friends doing business, selling this and that, work hard, gaining money. But then I just, I'm stay at home, spending all my money, shopping online. When I saw like my friends Insta story, you have this kind of feeling like you are worthless, like what am I doing with my life right now? But actually then I realized that I'm doing I'm doing good during this MCO. I mean, like, I'm helping my mom, I'm helping my sister delivering her food, I'm taking care of my niece. Just because I'm comparing myself with others, that makes me feel down. So, ladies and gentlemen, we together can guard against this negative impact by making a simple change the way we use our social media. So first, you can control your social media usage. Well, controlling could be many ways, whether you want to take one day off without social media, or maybe you want to set a limit for how long you will spend in a day on your social media. But this is an important part when you want to control your social media usage. Please avoid taking break from your work just to use your social media, because you will likely become unproductive. You may find that 2 hours have passed, although your work is being ignored and you are still online. So the next thing is, before that, for your information, on Instagram, you can set your daily reminder to manage your time usage. When you reach your time that you have set for yourself, Instagram will send you a reminder. So next is to create a better environment. What I mean to create better environment is you manage your followers or who you're going to follow. For instance, you may follow people who have worked to overcome their struggles and make them as a role models. Then you can learn how to accept your weakness and flaws and also focusing on what you do well. Well, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to persuade you more by telling you the benefit when you control your social media usage. So social media sometimes could be fun and also frustrating. Sometimes can make you feel less alone and also trigger your feeling of inadequacy and isolation. So what will happen when you use your social media in a manner? First, you will get more work done. Well, why I say like this? Because you don't have to worry about your device buzzing. You know that according to American Psychological Association, said that a person who is doing multiple tasks at once, such as clicking back and forth between Facebook and an important project, will reduce your productive time by as much as 40%. Next, you will feel more self-assured. So we tend to share only happy things on Instagram, on media social, but then we are also easy to feel like we are falling behind by comparison. So if you know how to use your social media properly, you will accept yourself more. You will appreciate yourself more and be more confident, because people, that by not comparing ourselves to others is the way to achieve body acceptance. Last but not least, you will get more sleep. Well, don't lie to me that you have never experienced this before. When you want to take a short minute break to scroll on your social media, but then you remember you have been scrolling about an hour. So when you know to use your social media in a manner, you will get a good night rest and you will be more productive on the next day. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let me mention it again that social media have advantages and also disadvantages when we not use in a proper way. So today I'm encourage you again to make a simple change of the way we use our social media so that it will protect our mental health. But last but not least, less scrolling and start living. Don't lock yourself in a virtual environment. Well, you have to step out of your phone and live your life to the fullest. Thank you and assalamualaikum.
Okay. Can I have someone? Let's go straight away with Q&A first. Okay. Someone asked a question to Sophia.
Okay, I want to ask Sophia.
Okay, who is this?
Aima.
Okay. What's your question? Aima?
Okay. Sophia, how to know that our friend is suffering from mental illness?
Okay, thank you, Emma, for the questions. In my opinion, I think you as a friends, you know your friends like for a long time, so you may notice when they have stopped doing something they love, or maybe with their behavior, So when you notice that, I think you probably have to ask them if it's okay, rather than you directly ask about mental illness. So I think that we as a friends, our friends, right, how they behave before this. Okay, so that is my answer.
Okay, Sophia. First of all, I like how you provide, your examples is based on your own experience. Okay, that makes your speech original. However, I wish you could have provided more solutions in explaining, how, because your topic is about how to prevent depression from going on, you know, how social media can lead to depression, right? So yeah, I think I wish like your solutions would be much more related to how you know if someone is suffering from depression, and how is that connected to social media? What are the ways that, you know, someone who's depressed due to watching too much social media, how can they detach themselves from yeah, because I felt like you had like two strong points, but then after that, you know, yeah, I wish you could have provided more solutions. And one advice for you is to please change your title. I think it's better if your title is labeled as the impact of social media to your mental health. Okay, all right. Okay,
Change to what?
The impact of social media to your mental health.
Okay.
You put it as a form of a question, and I feel like I think I inform everyone to never make a question as your title. I think it would be, yeah, change it to that, to the title I gave you just now.
All right. Thank you, Miss.
All right. Let's move on to our last presenter. Zahira, are you here?
Yes, Miss, I'm here.
Okay. Now that you're using your phone, I think I can hear you much better now.
Because my laptop speaker is broken.
Okay. Oh wait. Am I talking to Zahira right now? Okay. I think this is so much better. I think when you use your laptop, it wasn't. Not only was your visual lagging, but also your voice. I could not hear your voice. So this is much better. Let me just get your slides.
Okay. Miss, may I start now?
Not yet. Let me just find your. I need to fill in your assessment form. Okay. Are you ready?
Yes.
Right. Go ahead. You may begin.
Caffeine. Can you guarantee how long you can live after consume so much caffeine? Are you aware that caffeine consumption is very dangerous if not prevented from the beginning? Thus, it has attracted me to study more about this, which is the dangers of caffeine. Before it is too late, we must take care of our health, and one of the ways is to control the intake of caffeine in our daily life. Caffeine can also be a drug in ourselves if we take it too often because it is stimulant drug in the world. Many people use it to boost revival, reduce fatigue, and increase focus. However, low caffeine intake can lead to the weight loss, cognitive performance, and also increased alertness. My name is Nurgahira binti Nasir, and today I would like to persuade all of you to know how caffeine drink can seriously affect our health, the way to prevent this problem, and what is the best solution to reduce the caffeine consumption if already being a caffeine person. The reason I'm here is to tell all of you about the dangers of consuming caffeine if we don't take it seriously. Caffeine consumption may raise our blood pressure, especially for those who already suffering from hypertension and who don't normally consume caffeine at all. In addition, if you have a high blood pressure, avoid caffeine right before activities that can naturally increase your blood pressure, such as exercise. Ladies and gentlemen, elevated blood pressure is the risk factor of the heart attack and stroke that may damage arteries over time and restricting the flow of blood to your heart and brain. The second one is, we may develop insomnia if we take too much caffeine drink. We will have trouble falling or staying asleep. It can cause someone to wake up too early and not be able to get to sleep, and they will face the trouble to falling asleep. Although caffeine can help you to stay awake during the day, but it can negatively affect the quality and quantity of your sleep. My third point is, as a woman, the most exciting thing is to be able to have a baby someday, which is getting pregnant. However, women who who are regularly consume caffeine can reduce their chance of getting pregnant. This is proven by a study of the University of Nevada School of Medicine, showed that caffeine can reduce a woman's chance of getting pregnant by 27% plus. Consuming 300 milligrams of caffeine per day during pregnancy can increase the risk of having a baby with low birth weight. As you can see, there are many disadvantages and consequences of consuming caffeine if we do not control the intake. It is crystal clear that we can prevent this harmful effect by making a simple change in the way of our consuming caffeine. To prevent the caffeine overdose, we need to avoid consuming excessive amount of caffeine. First of all, we need to set goals for ourselves. We need to be more disciplined in order to ensure the success of this act. Stopping caffeine takes a lot of commitment, but we need to set a small goal so that we can do it without a reason. The second one is find something that can replace caffeine drink. Green tea might be the best answer. It does have some caffeine, but not as much as drink like coffee, soda, and energy drink. Try to replacing your coffee with green tea. For example, having 4 cups of green tea instead of 4 cups of coffee. It is because green tea is good for our health and it can make us feel better. In order to successfully prevent from caffeine overdose, we need to look at the caffeine intake. That is the best way to reduce our caffeine intake gradually. Another way is read the label first and the ingredient first when we want to take the caffeine drink. Write down and note how many cups of coffee we consume each day. So in conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, we can say that caffeine can lead to the harmful effect if we do not control the intake of caffeine. So get used to the recommended way to prevent this harmful effect and encourage your family and friends to do the same. In the future, continue to work on reducing caffeine to prevent the recurrence. That's all from me. Thank you.
I got confused a bit because you mixed up your satisfaction with your virtualization, so I couldn't really keep track of these two steps. Now it says here that I have a question actually before someone else asks you a question. It says that caffeine is actually not good for you. It can cause infertility. But when you recommend it in your slide, you recommend green tea. Isn't there caffeine in green tea as well? I mean, in tea in general. So what's the difference between caffeine and tea and coffee? What makes tea better compared to coffee?
Green tea have the caffeine, but not as much as drink like coffee. So I recommend the regular person like me who always consume caffeine to choose green tea over the coffee because coffee has much more caffeine than green tea.
Okay. Yeah, just that part I think was an interesting topic, and interesting to know that caffeine doesn't just give you benefits, but there are also downsides that you have to be aware of. Okay, so now I'm going to have a student from the audience. Anyone who has a question for Zahira?
Yes, I have a question.
Yeah, what's your question?
Can a pregnant woman still consume caffeine drink?
Caffeine or coffee? No, we've established that caffeine is also found in teas. You mean coffee?
Coffee.
Okay, so your answer, Zahira?
Okay. Pregnant women can consume caffeine or coffee, but they need to reduce the intake of the caffeine because the caffeine can interfere with the woman's fertility. So they need to reduce the intake. Okay.
Okay, all right, that's acceptable. Right, thank you everyone, those who have presented. Okay, so far I think the first match for the week this week has done quite well. All right, so now you can just focus on finishing up your final outlines. I'd like to remind everyone that please do not submit your final outlines just yet, because I'm I have 8 groups who are submitting all the assignments online. So I don't want to mix your outlines with other groups, because I'm teaching other subjects. I'm teaching 4 other codes. So yeah, I don't want to mix up my students' assignments. So please submit on week 14. Okay, I'm going to select 11 presenters for next week's presentations. For those who are listening, okay, yeah, I think 3 are missing. Oh, actually 5. No, 6 are missing. Okay, so I'll just announce it again in WhatsApp group. Please give me time because I have not finished marking your drafts yet. Okay, once I have finished marking your drafts, what I'm going to do is I will email you the drafts to the students who will be selected to present next week. So yeah, you'll have a week to prepare for your slides. So my advice is you make sure you do the corrections first on your drafts before you present next week. Yeah, because if you don't make the corrections when you present, you'll be presenting the mistakes that you were supposed to correct originally. So yeah, make the corrections, necessary corrections, and then work on your slides. Okay, final outlines, submissions, the draft where you have to make that mistake and then you have to change it to a final outline. Okay, that final version should be submitted on week 14. Any question from anyone before I end the session? Any question that you might have about the final outline, about slides, maybe? Anyone? Okay. I noticed that this is the same pattern that all presenters shared just now. There were 12 presenters today. Although I do appreciate the facts, the interesting facts and information that you shared, I wish that you could be more persuasive, because it is called a persuasive speech. Now this is for the next two batch of presenters. Yeah, be more persuasive, because take the analogy of a salesperson who's trying to sell a product to their customers, and you have to use words that actually would convince your customers to buy your product. So that's the kind of personality I want you to portray when you present your speech. So just make a mental note to yourself that when you're preparing for your speech, when you're practicing, practice in a way that would sound persuasive. Just take the analogy of I'm a salesperson, I'm selling my product, your product is your topic, and I have to make sure that the audience agree with me in the end, because a persuasive speech is where you take a stand. You either support this side or this side. Okay, so because like I said, I've said this once and I'm going to say it again. Have I? Okay, what you put in your outline is not the same way of it's different from the way you deliver your speech. Okay? Your outline is if it's informative, it should be, because you have to have that attention, need, satisfaction, visualization, and finally a call for action. But when you present, it has to be like sort of like you're marketing a product. Okay, you want to convince your audience to agree with you. So be persuasive, not aggressive. There's a difference. Aggressive is, force. You're forcing people to agree with you. But persuasive is more like charm your audience to, in the end, when they finish listening to your speech, they will go, oh, okay. You know what? I think I'm going to follow the advice of this person. So be more persuasive in a way that use the right words. Okay, think of the words. Think of keywords that you can put in your speech that will charm your audience to listen to you, to agree with you, to follow your advice at the end of your speech. Okay? All right. So I hope everyone is clear with that. All right. Any question? No question. Okay. So I assume if you have no question, that means everyone understands. Okay. So please stand by for it. I promise that I will email you back your drafts by the end of the day. Okay, and then I will inform you in the WhatsApp group. Okay, everybody, thank you so much. Selamat Hari Raya, Maaf Zahir Batin. We have another week to celebrate Eid. Okay, have a nice weekend, everyone.
Thank you, Miss.
Thank you, Miss.